In my experience, there's one thing that inspectors will always look at. They always go out of their way to check this one hazard and look at this one piece of equipment. Let's talk about it. Okay, so what is the one hazard, the one piece of equipment that OSHA inspectors are looking at? Before I tell you, I want to remind you, if you need an OSHA audit checklist, if you want a good way to train your team on how to be prepared for an OSHA audit, just go to my website, helpwithosha.com. You can download a free OSHA audit checklist. It's the best way to prepare your team for an unexpected audit. Now, if OSHA does come into your facility to do an audit, like I said, there's one thing they always look for. It doesn't matter why they came. If they see a forklift, they're gonna zero in on it and they know what to look for. So when it comes to a forklift, the first thing OSHA is gonna look for is have the operators been certified to drive the equipment? So they wanna know, have you trained your employees to operate the equipment? Are they wearing the seat belt? Are they operating safely? They might just observe. But they want to make sure that the company has trained the employees on the equipment they're required to operate. So that's the first thing. The second thing they're going to look at is they want to know, how is the forklift being parked? Is it being parked correctly? So the correct way to park a forklift, there's really three main things you want to remember. The first thing is, it's not blocking anything. We don't want a forklift in front of an exit door or an electrical cabinet or an eyewash. We want to make sure the forklift has a home and is parked in a safe place. From there, we want to make sure the forks are all the way down. We're never going to park it with the forks in a raised position, so the forks should be on the ground with the tips actually down on the ground. And the third thing is the emergency brake is set, keys turned off. There's no flashing yellow light on top of the lift. So that's the second thing they're going to look for. Is it parked correctly? Now, the last thing they're going to look for, they want to know, have you actually been doing inspections on your forklift? You see, you're required to do a daily inspection on the forklift. You're actually required to do a pre-shift inspection. Every time a shift is using it, you want to make sure that it's been inspected for safety. So we're going to make sure we have that documented in a place where anybody can find it. And that way we show that, yes, we've been doing our regular routine safety inspections. So again, just to recap, they could come in for something completely unrelated to forklift. But if a safety inspector comes into your facility and they see a forklift, they're going to look, have the operators been certified to operate the equipment? Is it parked correctly? And finally, they want to know, is it being inspected on a regular basis? That's what they're going to be looking for. Now, whether this inspector, it's his first day on the job or he's been doing this job for 25 or 30 years, inspectors know what's required when it comes to powered industrial equipment. And keep in mind, this isn't just sit-down forklifts. This could be a pallet jack, a reach truck, an order picker, anything that falls under that OSHA standard 1910-178. They're going to focus in on forklifts and how you're training your people, how they're being parked, and how they're being inspected. So if you haven't buttoned up that program, take a few minutes today, look at it, and make sure you've done what you can to keep your people safe, because no one should get hurt at work.